help people connect this to that, right? If you understand a particular thing, show people how they're already doing transformation, right? Digital transformation is not something, in my evangelistic role and the work that I do, I'm not telling people that digital transformation is coming in 2025. I'm telling them that it started back with the first microchip, and we've been doing this ever since. And here are the different ways that you're already doing it. When they understand that this is something that they're already doing, when they understand this equals that, you start to kind of disarm defenses, and they start to listen to you a little bit more. Help people understand that the journey is going to be challenging. There are challenges, but there are also smooth places in the road, right? The journey from Kansas City to Denver is definitely has hills and mountains and valleys and all that. But there's some flat road there. There's some easy traveling going along those lines. So help people understand it and get a point of what their exertion level is really going to be, kind of their level of effort. The other thing is, you talked about cadence and frequency. And there is definitely a point where there is too much. Okay, Mike, I've heard it. Thank you. Got it. Now I've turned off. Now you've become white noise in the background. I don't know that there's real science behind how much is the right amount of frequency. Maybe somebody's done a study on that, but I don't have the time to dig into that. I just kind of get a sense of the audience through feedback. Are they still engaging with me? If I sit down and I talk to them face to face, do I get the glazed look? Do I get the rolled eyes? Whatever that is. And I think the last thing that I'll say is ask questions. You cannot dismiss the power of prerogative, right? Or the interrogative, excuse me, of just getting people to engage with a question. Hey, Bob, hey, Sue, when we're talking about digital transformation, are you understanding what that means? When we talked about this thing last week, are you still struggling with that? Do you understand where we're headed with that? What does that mean for you? Where can I engage? I think the other thing an evangelist can offer is, let me know how I can be a resource for you, right? I may not have the answer, but I can be a resource to point you in the right direction, to get you. If you have a question, I'm happy to run that northbound and come back down with you. Let me be a resource for you, because we're in this together. This is a shared effort. I'm sitting on your side of the table, not across the table from you. Help people understand it from that standpoint. And, I think the last thing I'll say about that is there are so many different channels, right? You have employee newsletters, you have blogs, you have Slack, you have these different channels. If an evangelist can be involved in and look across some of these Slack channels, I can absolutely envision catching a conversation and then taking that conversation out and kind of putting a spotlight on it to talk about, hey, I saw the group talking about this. I loved the way that they dug into this. One, you're elevating that group, you're elevating the thought leadership within that group and how they dug into that, so that you get a celebratory effect on that. But then you're also exposing the rest of the organization to what other people are doing. Hey, wait a minute, we're not the only ones working on this. Team A or Team B or Team C, they're also cranking away on this. That is powerful messaging to help people understand. It's easy to get the blinders on and think that you're the only one working. But when you start to hear, that's the opportunities for an evangelist. And it requires a personality that loves solving puzzles, that loves putting pieces together, that loves connecting the dots. So I think those are some of the practical avenues that people can take.